So the other day we went through the Paul Ferguson calls, and there's a few things we haven't heard yet. And I will say the main thing is the Randy calls because throughout the entire time we see people getting tired of Paul. They're getting annoyed. Trish is getting annoyed. Paul's father's getting annoyed. Nolan's getting annoyed, and he just can't help but to be a annoying piece of shit all the time. And the one person we thought would never get tired of his little Paul buddy was Randy. But ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. You know, there's an ending for everything, right? Man, Paul has started calling Randy just because he's bored. Just because there's nothing really to do, the tablets aren't on. Maybe he could squeeze a little bit of money out of Randy. And I'm telling you, you could hear it in Randy's voice. And I gotta say, you may have made a mistake there, buddy, because I mean, he attaches to everybody, bro. He's the most pathetic person I've ever seen, especially in a prison setting. But anyways, folks, we're gonna hop into this thing. It is quite entertaining. So grab the snacks, grab whatever y'all need, the liquor, the ganja, anything you guys usually watch my videos to. Let's go ahead and jump into this.
Hi, Randy.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Thank God.
I'm doing good.
Thank God it's not another JoJo call. Fuck. I just got on How's the Barber. The barber was chill.
Everything okay?
Yep, just figured I'd call and talk since tablets aren't quite on yet.
Okay. What isn't quite on yet?
The tablets, they're shut off between certain times. They come back on at 6, so.
I see. All right.
I see. All right.
Well, not a problem.
So you said that the next video visitation will be Wednesday then?
Yeah, E. Martin, you're funny.
Yeah, we can set something up for Wednesday.
Yeah, I thought you said something yesterday about it being either today or Wednesday. I wasn't exactly sure. I was just checking.
No. I've been pretty busy today.
Yep.
On your behalf, like we were talking about.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, actually really busy. And tomorrow looks like it's going to be a busy day, too, in that regard.
Gotcha.
In other words, don't f with me. Please stop calling me so much. You notice how he's starting to get on everybody's nerves, low-key, right? Yeah, he can't help himself. Look at that face. Is that the face of a man who could help himself? No, you're just an insufferable, annoying piece of shit. That's just what you are. You breathe that. You are that. You know, you're the embodiment of it. Even Randy's like, bro, like, fuck. But I will say, he was on Randy's ass for a good reason, because at the end of the day, Randy didn't even file the appeal paperwork for his sentence, which is hilarious. Randy was like, nah, bro, I was just talking. When it came down to actually doing it, like, you thought I was actually finna do that shit? Like, come on now, little bro. Yeah, come on, little bro.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hopefully I can get some good updates by Wednesday.
His face
Yeah,
is grotesque.
don't. I mean, this is going to take a little time, Paul. Don't.
Of course. Don't get my hopes up. You know, don't be expecting too early. Yeah.
Right.
These kind of things take time. I get it.
Yeah, I know it's hard to hear sitting in your circumstance, but but either way. But you haven't heard, nothing's developed on your end?
Nothing on my end. My lawyer hasn't responded to my kite to appeal.
His kite?
Okay.
Why is the lawyer hasn't responded to my kite, to your letter? The fuck is wrong with you? His kite, or are you sending it outside of the prison walls secretly through a bird? You're sending the pigeon outside the prison walls, and he got my kite. Like, bro, what the fuck is... he's a dumbass. Like, he's really stupid. He's even trying to hype up prison. My lawyer didn't respond to my kite. Lord.
All right. Is there anyone else that's looking into this for you besides...
You and Joe?
Yeah.
Jenny is. She's, like I said, she's trying to get a lawyer for me.
Jenny's crazy ass.
I'm not sure about Nolan, and I haven't had contact with my stepmother and father since before sentencing, unfortunately.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, okay, not a problem. Just wondering what else I can share with you is going on. We have a storm coming in through the area pretty soon. Last night we had a really big storm, so
we don't normally have to worry about if there's a power outage here because they have their backup generator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But power has gone out a couple of times. Whenever, normally, even when we're sleeping, we're never in total darkness.
I see.
Yeah.
Joe was telling me that you're going to get transferred to a place called Jackson.
That's where quarantine is. Yes, quarantine. We stay there for about a month before we're transferred to the actual prison that we'll be housed in.
Okay. All right. Well, what is that facility? Is that another county jail, or is that?
That's the. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it. Like I said, this is my first time on the incarceration merry-go-round.
Yeah, sure.
But I know that contact there will be limited to phone calls. I believe they use JPay as well, but I might have a new identification number by that point.
Prisoners can't have kites. No, I think this is like his terminology for sending a letter, but they'll call it a kite if they like illegally send, like maybe some contraband and a note in and out of the gates of prison. I think they even do it with drones nowadays. They're being super they'll be off somewhere in the distance and they'll drop shit down. They'll drop a kite from a drone or whatever, or they'll use certain things maybe they'll use like slingshots or whatever. They'll get shit over the gate. But he said he sent a kite to his lawyer. I was like, bro, you can just write to your lawyer. You could say you wrote a note. You wrote a note to your lawyer. You didn't do anything. You just had correspondence with your lawyer, you fucking idiot. That's why it's so funny when he said that. I was like, bro, he really is trying. He really wishes he was that dude. Some type of, you know what I mean? Come on. I love it.
Okay.
So.
Now, if an attorney wants to speak with you or meet with you there, how is that going to be possible if you're in quarantine?
I believe that's doable. I'm not, like I said, I'm not.
And I know he's lame as fuck because that's not the first time he said something like that. He said, I sent him a kite, or, people on the outs get this for so much money. On the outs? What? Are you a hard-time criminal who's been here for 15 years? What do you mean on the outs, you fucking weirdo? Come on. He's cosplaying a prisoner. You're not even a prisoner yet, bro. You're in jail. At this point, he's in jail. You're not even a prisoner yet. Stop cosplaying a prisoner. You'll get there soon. You'll get there soon enough. You'll get to have the whole experience. The booty hole penetration, the fucking... Well, I mean, you start off with booty hole penetration when you start going in there. So that's going to be number one. You're going to search all up inside of you real quick. Then you get to go to prison. Then you can repeat that cycle. Yeah.
Not certain on
He's
this.
over here cosplaying it like he can't wait to go. You're going to get there, bro. Don't worry. You're going to get there. It's going to be a great time for you.
This stuff.
Sure. All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to play that by ear.
You ever heard of somebody checking you and then checking it inside of you? That's what they finna do to your boy right now. They finna check his inside pockets, inside of his body.
It happens.
Yep.
All right. Good. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of just some things I can share with you about what goes on here. But
yeah.
It's actually kind of a boring life unless you're an engineering nerd. Or you're a nerd about construction. Then I could talk your ear off, Paul.
I mean, when it comes to Legos, I can construct almost anything.
Yeah?
But that's Legos. So
Sure.
remember at one point.
Some people will make.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people make a career out of that, out of Legos.
Yeah. I remember at one point, me and my sister actually constructed this like house that was 5 stories, like not like actual like stories,
Lego
but
stories.
like each level was about 3 bricks tall.
Yeah.
We had to put together all sorts of flat pieces just to make each individual base.
Huh.
Have a great day at work.
All right. My son was really into like spaceships and vehicles like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would, Christmas we would get him some really cool Legos kits.
Yeah.
And then he and I would be up for a number of evenings just working on them.
Yeah, that's one of the
really
one things that I can sit for hours on end and do. Because with my ADHD, it also leads to me being a kinetic learner. I learn a lot better.
Whenever somebody says my ADHD, I take a little look to the side like, shut the fuck up, bro. You're so aware of your ADHD, right? Super self-conscious of it. You know when you're ADHDing, don't you? You're just so, okay. Shut the fuck up, Paul.
Better by hands-on activities.
Uh-huh.
So
there's a lot of people like that. Yep.
Yeah, I can sit there for hours and build a Lego set or do a puzzle.
For most people, I think it's an excuse to not get anything done. My ADHD really hinders me from staying on. It gives you an excuse for being a lazy bitch, honestly. Some people struggle with ADHD. Obviously, we know that's a real thing, science. But a lot of people, undiagnosed as fuck, will be like, yeah, my ADHD causes me. Shut the fuck up. You're lazy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I remember at one point in Edmond, back in Oklahoma, I actually became interested in like fossils and whatnot.
But I think Shonda had ADHD, but Paul wasn't diagnosed. So when he says shit like this, I know people deal with that, but Paul's makes me really scratch my head when he says it, because you have to remember his mother's the one who diagnosed herself with 8 other problems. She even had she had PTSD, RHD, all the D's. She had everything wrong with her. Self-diagnosing the shit out of herself. So you have to see where it's coming from at the same time.
Actually, after I found fossilized dinosaur footprints in our backyard. At first, I thought they were bird footprints, but then, seeing some actual bird footprints in the mud or concrete outside somewhere, I realized that the toes on the fossil were too thick. So the little Compsognathus, the little scavenger blighters from Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's what those were.
Do you know what kind of stone they were in? Was that a limestone that it was embedded in?
I can't remember exactly. Sadly, I misplaced it somewhere and never saw it again. I was furious.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting, Paul. Well, Paul.
That's real interesting.
I don't want to say too much on this call, Paul, because, they are doing those videos out there, Paul. So, Paul, we're just going to figure things out, Paul. Man, 2 of these people need to get smacked in their face just to have the sense shake back into the front of their head, wasting their time. Well, Paul's not wasting time. He can do whatever he wants. Randy's wasting time. Go do something, bro. Having these fucking phone calls, subjecting your family to this weirdo.
Ever since then, I did studies on, dinosaurs, fossils.
He did studies on it. Okay.
Rocks. Which eventually...
You sure you didn't just Google a few things about dinosaurs? Oh, he did studies on dinosaurs? Okay. Was Google involved? Just curious.
Led me to the periodic table. I know probably a bit more than the average person does about the the periodic table of elements.
List the first 20 elements.
I've memorized the first 12, 13 by heart, I want to say.
All right, name the non-gases for me.
The non-gases.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
All right, we'll make it easy. Name the
Chemistry was pretty cool. I will say chemistry class was pretty dope.
non-metals, then. Name the gases.
The gases. I'm not that good at it. Like I
Start
said,
out with hydrogen.
So there's hydrogen.
Yeah.
Neon.
Yeah.
Xenon.
Mm-hmm.
I think chlorine's one as well, technically. Oxygen, nitrogen for the most part.
You're missing the basic building block of human life.
Carbon.
Carbon, yes. Very good.
I actually once experimented with lithium that I'd removed from a battery. Never again.
Oh, yeah? You be careful doing that, buddy.
Yeah, I was stupid enough to put it in a glass bowl that was filled with water, not just, a glass bowl. So when that
You're funny, Lori.
popped, it was like, boom, just glass everywhere.
Yeah.
One did actually graze me. I'm lucky that it didn't leave a scar or anything, but it's like, okay, never again. Never again.
Well, lithium's toxic too, so you have to be careful there.
Yep. I was lucky it was the glass and not the lithium.
Yeah.
That would have solved a whole bunch of problems if it killed him.
That's interesting, Paul. It's good to hear that.
Yeah.
I've studied inorganic and chemistry myself, and that's
The battery
chemistry is a big part of my
up.
professional life.
Yeah.
So, not so much. I mean, there are elements of it I still have to pay sharp attention to.
Did you know
again,
that
I would bore you with
aluminum used to be considered a noble metal like gold and silver?
Yeah.
Yeah. The higher ups on like some sort of royal, like at some sort of royal dinner, those who were higher than most would be served on aluminum instead of gold.
Yeah.
So it was at one point considered higher than gold, which is impressive.
This is one thing that I think that Randy knows a lot more about, and he's just keeping his mouth closed and letting Paul do his little thing. Sometimes it's a smarter thing to just not say anything. Just let the idiot speak.
Yeah. All right.
That was some fun
fact.
That was some fun fact he learned on TikTok. I guarantee it. It was like a 2-minute TikTok. He's like, "Oh my God, they used to give people aluminum," and then he just went and told Randy that after watching his 2-second TikTok. We're fucked, folks. All the kids are learning from TikTok now, so we're fucked. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys.
I have to think of some chemistry topics to talk with you about.
Chemistry or radioactive isotopes or whatnot. I just know a bit about the periodic table. That much is for certain.
Sure.
Part of me is still wondering how explosive sodium and lethal chlorine make perfectly safe table salt.
Yeah. Well, it's a molecule that stabilizes it. I mean, it's a stabilized molecule.
Yep.
So,
but
I deal a lot with chlorine right now because, I oversee our water production for the town I work in.
Mm-hmm.
And chlorine is one.
Yeah, see, I think Randy, what the fuck are you doing talking to this kid? Now I'm scared for the town's water that he's watching over because we have a crazy guy making sure that our chlorine levels are good. I don't know about this. Somebody, no, don't find me. I'm just saying, I'm sure he does a great job. But it's like, all right, I guess we got crazy people in all walks of life, Don't matter the position they hold. Salute to Randy and the city that he's looking over.
One of the additives we put into the water that we draw from a well.
Yeah.
So, and then I have to worry about manganese. I monitor for that. That's a natural occurring element.
Yeah. Paul is saying, yeah. Yeah, yeah, like he fucking knows. Shut the fuck up. He didn't even know manganese was a natural occurring element in the water ever in his fucking life. And he heard Brandy say that just now, and he was like, yeah. Yeah, yeah, it does form. Yeah, yep. Manganese, you say, right? Yep, that's the one that forms.
I oversee our water production for the town I work in.
Mhm.
And chlorine is one of the additives we put into the water that we draw from a well.
Yeah.
So, and then I have to worry about manganese. I monitor for that. That's a natural occurring element.
Yeah.
And
I know what manganese is.
yeah,
I know what manganese is. Yeah. That one. That's one of those. That's the, and then Brandy fills it in. Yep, that element. Yep. Yep, I know that. Fuck. This is the type of phone call that I just hang up on. It's like my autism would kick in, and I'd just be like, I don't like this anymore, and I'd just hang the fucking call up and turn the TV on and completely forget about you. That's the type of call this is.
so I'm always I monitor that daily, or I have a technician do that. Yep. And phosphorus is another big element I'm always paying attention to. Yeah.
Yep.
Big one, nitrates.
Nitrates, yeah.
Nitrates.
Always trying to keep these out of our drinking water.
You have 1 minute left.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
fast.
anyway, it's always good to talk to you, Randy.
Absolutely, Paul.
His boyfriend.
Keep me informed. I'll see about setting up a little time on Wednesday, okay?
Yep.
All right, buddy.
Were you able to make commissary today, or is that going to have to wait?
No, buddy.
I was not. I wasn't sure what your situation was. So.
Yeah. I always figure that it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah? Okay. We'll see. I'll look into it, okay?
All right. Talk to you soon, Randy.
He just said it's better to be safe than sorry. So he's telling Randy, well, I always say it's better to just send the commissary than to not, Better be safe than sorry, Send the fucking commissary, Randy. Okay, I talked to you about manganese and nitrates. Okay? I did my side. Now send me money, Randy. Fuck. Right? He wants that money. He's like, yeah, I talked about your little stupid chemistry project. Now give me some money. Okay? I pretended that I understood what the fuck you were talking about. So can I have some money now? Better safe than sorry, Randy. Just send it. They'll send you the money back if I'm not there. Just send the money, Randy. Crazy.
All right. Bye.
Bye.